In this 5-part series, we're going to focus on how pastors have a strategic advantage when it comes to making money selling final expense telesales. We're going to go into what helps them have an advantage, and maybe that will benefit you as well today. So first off, thank you for joining with me. My name is Jason. I'm your friend in the business. I do partner with just amazing brand new and veteran agents alike in our national agency, selling shoulder to shoulder final expense, Medicare, life insurance, annuities, all kinds of fun stuff, and free resources always available for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. And hope you enjoy this series. Let's get after it. So first off, all you pastors and preachers out there, thank you for doing the good work. I know a lot of the good that you're doing out there goes definitely unnoticed. So a pastor has a strategic advantage because point number one, a pastor believes in what they do, or they sure wouldn't do it, because most pastors out there, let's face it, you're not always doing it for the money. You don't make a whole lot sometimes, and you're doing mighty, mighty work out there. But a pastor deals with a lot of rejection, which helps them find success in final expense sales because it's a very high rejection industry, right? We're getting no, 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 no. And a pastor, a lot of times, will cold canvas, go door to door. They're constantly met with rejection. The moment they say, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" "I'm a pastor." "Whoa, whoa, I don't want none of that." Well, insurance agents, we get a lot of that too. So it kind of blends together. It gives a pastor a really big leg up here because they're used to sometimes not being liked. And us insurance agents, aren't we used to not being liked in a lot of cases? I know I get the eye rolls if I tell somebody I sell life insurance. They're like, "Uh-oh, not that guy," right? So a pastor is used to dealing with being in a thankless profession. And thank you for doing the good work. For those of you pastors and priests watching, all right, you're used to a lot of criticism, and that can take you really far on sales calls where you're going to get rejected as well. So it's a big alignment for you. You going door to door, getting told, "No, get off my lawn." Well, final expense insurance agents hear really the same things. So you're used to it, right? So believing in what you do is everything. Having that belief is the backbone of this industry. Self-doubt takes so many insurance agents out, and pastors do believe in what they do, or they wouldn't stand up and help folks like they do on the daily. So first off, rejection is real. A pastor believes in what they do. They're used to a thankless profession. A pastor can't even move the piano in some churches without having an uproar, right? You go from like one hymnal to another hymnal, and all the pastor hears is everybody complaining. Well, final expense telesales agents, we deal with a lot of complainers as well. So pastors are used to it. That gives them a strategic advantage to find power and strength because they're used to going through rejection and even making little moves and having to deal with all these great people that they're serving and have to sincerely handle it. So they're very good at rejection. They're good with a thankless profession. They're used to criticism. A pastor definitely isn't the most thanked person on the planet in most congregations. So that really helps a pastor dive into this profession knowing that, hey, I'm used to rejection, right, on the daily. This is a huge advantage for those of you that are thinking about this, that are pastors not making a whole lot sometimes on the paycheck. It's sometimes important to know that, hey, I believe in what I do. I'm used to criticism. This may be a good fit, maybe not. 90% of the agent force fails, but if you're used to rejection, you've already got a leg up on a lot of your other insurance agents around you, and you're not going to get rocked when you hear no, or when you go door to door. If you decide to be a face-to-face final expense insurance agent, you're not going to be dissuaded when they tell you, "Get off my lawn, don't touch my door again," right? You're used to that already. So rejection is something that a pastor has a strategic advantage with because they're used to hearing all the negatives in the congregation. All right. So point number two that gives a pastor a strategic advantage with making money selling final expense telesales is that a pastor or a priest is a very good communicator in most cases. All right. Good communication goes really far when you're trying to use that phone to help great people. If you can't communicate, you're going to probably call it quits. And a pastor is a very good communicator normally. That helps you when you're trying to sell a product, right? A pastor will prepare for the sermon. They're going to prepare knowing that they need to know what to say and have it be articulate so that the message gets across in the right way. A pastor normally puts a lot of time into preparing. And with final expense telesales, when you jump into this profession, a pastor will value normally preparation. All right. So when you get into this place, it aligns and gives them an advantage because they're like, you know what? I got to really prepare. I got to practice. I got to drill. I got to rehearse. I got to be ready. I got to have everything lined up so that I can help lead the congregation. Well, with Final Expense Telesales, you've got to be in a place where you prepare before you work your script on the phone so that things don't go wrong. Preparation is amazing. And a pastor normally is one that knows and values preparation. So that gives them an advantage. They're good communicators normally, and that helps you over the phone. Good communication is something that goes really far. A pastor normally also has a lot of compassion. They're not one that's pushy. That's a big deal when you're serving folks over the phone. Nobody wants a pushy salesman. And normally, a pastor is a very compassionate person, and that's going to help them and give them a big advantage over maybe their pushy sales competitors that are in the market. I've been so blessed to train some crazy men and women that are pastors, and man, crazy good folks out there and ministers. They go mighty far, and they're not dissuaded by rejection. They're normally really good at communicating in a very compassionate way, and good communication and compassion really does go far in this industry. So that gives them a strategic advantage. Maybe you possess that and be good as well. Number 3, let's talk about the fact that they're not afraid to step up and address issues, right? A pastor or a priest is very used to dealing with death. And a lot of insurance agents have never seen death. They've never faced many funerals. Well, a pastor puts a lot of people, in the ground. They do weddings as well, but a lot of their work deals with funerals. They deal with very uncomfortable events. So a pastor, when they talk about death, when they talk about dying, they're not afraid of those topics. And that takes you far in this industry. So a pastor is very normalized in the arena of death, funerals, but more importantly, financial problems. So a pastor sees the sense of urgency because they've helped their congregants with burial, with cremation. Final expense is the solution. Whole life solutions are something that they see as something of value normally. They know what a funeral looks like when people have not prepared properly. It's painful. So a pastor sees the pain. A pastor normally sees the problem when they dive into final expense insurance sales. They bring a sense of urgency to the table because they've taken great folks at very bad pain points through funerals, helped them with death and grieving from a spiritual aspect, but they've seen some things that not all insurance agents have, and that will give a pastor a strategic advantage because they've seen financial problems. Financial problems when someone doesn't prepare are not a foreign topic. They're used to this. A pastor and a priest goes through a lot of pain with their congregants when someone dies. And they know that this solution is something that will deliver them financially in that scenario. That's a huge advantage for a pastor in this profession. Not all people will make it in the insurance space. 90% of insurance agents fail because they fail to believe in what they do. They fail to be good communicators. They fail to be disciplined. They don't know how to step up and address the real problems that folks face in a non-pushy way. You got to do this in a way that is heard, right? It's not just speaking at somebody, and a pastor knows to be a good communicator. And good insurance salesmen are also great communicators. They're also not afraid to address the issues that your prospects have. And a pastor that's dealt with death, a pastor that's dealt with a lot of funerals, boy, they go far when they work hard and really dive into this. So tip number 3, an advantage that a pastor has trying to make money with Final Expense Telesales is that they're not afraid to address issues that they've seen, and they're more apt to save these great folks by showing them the solution. Solution-based selling is power. That's so powerful in this space. So number 3, a pastor is not afraid to step up and address issues. Number 4, a pastor will have a strategic advantage with selling Final Expense Telesales because they've got a huge soft market. When their folks that they know find out that, oh, you sell insurance, they've got a huge soft market to be able to start out without even buying leads. They know what a funeral looks like. Hey, I didn't have enough money to pay for these things. Whoa, hey, Pastor John now sells insurance. Hey, maybe I'll talk to him now. He's a very trusted person. If you've got a minister that that does something, you're probably going to maybe talk to them about transacting. So a soft market is a big thing starting out. If you don't have a lot of money to buy leads, a pastor normally has a lot of people to talk to. They don't talk about it in a pushy way. It's just going to find out. People in congregations, they all talk, right? And when they find out that their favorite person on the planet is a licensed insurance agent, they'll probably want to help that person and hear what they have to benefit them. So it's a big thing in a non-pushy way. It'll just naturally flow out there. And they're going to find out that their favorite person on the planet now sells insurance. They will probably want to talk to this great person because they know that they believe in this person. They know that they're good at helping others. They're compassionate. They're not afraid to call it like it is sometimes. And that is something that they normally want that great person to take care of them. So these are some strategic advantages that maybe you possess, even not being a pastor, but you believe in what you do. You've got great communication skills. You're used to preparation. You value that. You're not afraid to step up and address the issues that people struggle with and saving them from their pain. This helps you in a big way when you're diving into final expense telesales. It's a thankless profession as well. You normally are not going to hear a lot of yeses. You hear more no's than the yes. And that's what a lot of you out there doing the good work are facing too. So final expense telesales may be a great position for you to make money in your soft market as well. People that see you as their point of influence. It can help you have a chance of attaining, hopefully, profitability in a very amazing industry. But it takes work. It takes a little bit of luck. It takes a strong will. But belief is everything. And if you believe you have what it takes, or you need any free resources, jasonfinalexpense.com. Love to help you. If you need anything at all, I appreciate you watching today. Hope these strategic advantages give you some perspective on how maybe this is something that you may like doing or maybe not at all. All right. Thanks for joining with me. Hope you enjoy this content. We'll see you soon.